One of my biggest dilemmas, one of my biggest problems when people call me for facilitated trainings, and they say, we want you to do a cultural competence training. So our people want to know how to work with these people. Does everybody understand how inane that is? I was in a cultural competence training and I had a white trainer explaining to the room what Indian families are like. I was listening with rapt attention, I tell you. It was really funny. Evidently, my father is the dominant male in the household. I don't think my dad's written a check in 40 years. My mom taught me a very, very wonderful lesson some years ago, and it was about self-awareness. It was very much about self-awareness. Understanding the pieces you bring into the puzzle. See, now, if you go into these cultural competence trainings and all you're interested in is how to work with those people over there, the big piece that you're going to be missing is how you're involved in the puzzle. Self-awareness is always a very, very important of the puzzle. It's baseline importance. And it was a wonderful lesson because my sister and I, as most siblings do, fought growing up. Right? Did a lot of fighting growing up. And my mom would always come to me and she would say, Leeno, it takes two hands to fight. It takes two hands to clap. Anybody think I like hearing that one? She's suggesting somehow that I'm involved, is she not? She's suggesting somehow I'm implicated in, like I have some kind of control to stop this. So who thinks I really like that? Unlikely. Because clearly it's all her fault, right? As we're growing up, I heard this it takes two hands to clap thing nonstop, because we fought a lot. Then I got to university, and I knew it all, you know. I must know everything. I'm in my second year of university. And I came home, and I had a fight with my sister, and my mom came to me and said, Leeno, it takes two hands to clap. And I said, Mom, it doesn't take two hands to clap. She can clap all on her own. And my mom looked at me and said, Leeno, smart lady. To be able to have self-awareness for how you are a piece of the puzzle. In those conflicts that you have at work, in those conflicts that you have in your life, it is the easiest thing to look over there and say it's them. They're doing it to me. My suggestion for the rest of the session is we start doing a little bit of work inward. You'll start to see how this works out in terms whether it's diversity and just the different people that you know, diversity when it comes into play in terms of race, gender, sexuality, ability, and on down the track. So what I want everybody to think about, step out of self. Because, again, intent and impact have a huge gap between them. And the questions we ask and the things we do and how we live our life, they're always, almost always self-referential and rarely with intent to do harm. The problem is when we are in those spaces when we're working with stereotype, when we're in those spaces where we react within an amygdala hijack, when we're feeling put upon, the very, very first place we go is self-reference. This is how I feel. You don't understand how I feel. Very next step, judgment. I start judging other people. And after that, I start to get reactive behavior, not responsive behavior. Responsive behavior comes from here, your big brain. Reactive behavior comes from here, your emotional centers that are telling you feel put down, let down, shut down, threatened.